seeing them doing the same thing now, but you could still see it's through. Like the NBA playoffs is about to come up.
They started.
Yeah, they already started, but like it's through. They don't have full capacity in the stadium.
That shit
like,
trash.
People just not into it like they used to be. That's why they setting up all of these other distractions, whether it be political or whatever it is. But this place is through. It's going down. Anybody with a clear eyesight could see that.
Right.
And it's beautiful. It's falling. It's crumbling, man. They said, give me any plague but the plague of the heart. That's what our people had. They had the plague of the mind. Like you said, they ain't really into the bread and circus.
Right.
They telling you to, hey, come back to work, Tom. $50 for the damn interview.
Yeah, right.
But people like, man, I'm cool, man, just chilling. They're destroyed.
And they even giving bonuses to hire people on, man. $500 bonus here. I got one email from a company. They trying to give you $1,500 just to come and work. But they want to work though. You know?
The money is nothing. It's through.
Yeah, it is.
And that shows you how the value the American dollar is.
Yeah.
Nobody don't even want to work for it no more. And that's how abundant it's become, man.
And the people themselves are done.
Yeah. Hey, that's why the homeless crisis here in Los Angeles is the way it is, because a lot of people just like, fuck it. You know, like, I ain't going to work. I'm going to just be out here.
And this is the worst time to think like these people are thinking. You know, in the 50s, you can lay back, like, like Leave It to Beaver days and shit.
A different time.
But now you can't sit back and expect the government to give you nothing, because they have nothing. They don't have anything.
Not only that, when Esau give you something, he always wants something in return.
Right? He gonna come get it from you. It's gonna be violently taken away from you.
Because he cut that train off. He cut that train off. That train is completely gone.
Yeah.
So whatever y'all got is what y'all got. Because you ain't getting shit. You ain't getting shit left. There's nothing left to give.
That's right.
All he got left for you is a syringe and the chip.
That's it. Hey, can a brother quick
That's all he got for you.
Genesis 47 and 13. See, everything that's happened in the past is gonna happen now. That's why it tells you in Daniel that it's going to be like no other time since there was a nation on the earth like this time. Now let's look back to the past. Before 70 AD, what happened? Jake was getting taxed to hell and back by the Romans, and Jake finally rose up. Tells you in the scriptures, who shall rouse Judah up? Judah going to be roused up to the point like, man, hold on. And then it tells you in another place, sedition is going to rise. Why? Friends going to fight one another like enemies because of the lack of bread. So it's going to get to a point where these people going to fight one another. It look like they got it all made, but yet in the midst of that, evil's growing upon earth. War, famine, and great confusion.
That's it.
And they confuse you with the playoffs, this, that, and the third. And this is bugging out, man. Go ahead.
This is Genesis chapter 47, verse 19.
Now this is during the time of Joseph in Egypt. Now we're modern day Josephs. We're telling Biden and these other clowns, beginning with our apostles and elders, that a famine is coming. Well, how you know? Because the Lord have determined to bring it on this land. As he did in ancient Egypt, he said the plagues as before. Now we always think about the plagues that hit Egypt during the time of the Exodus. But what about the plague that hit Egypt during the time of Joseph? Famine. It said that the years of plenty was no longer remembered because the famine was so grievous. There's going to be a grievous famine again. Go ahead.
This is Genesis chapter 47, verse 19. It says, wherefore shall we die before thine eyes?
Woo! That's what the people are saying, like, hold on, man. My stimulus said my baby gotta eat. Like, and they looking at, the government looking at y'all like, but nigga, we offer you a job, come on and work, but you don't want to. It's like you Americans, they have gotten you to the point that you're a fucking narcissistic piece of scum, man. And you don't want to do shit. You never wanted to do nothing. But they made you to believe, well, I'm getting that dollar, I'm getting the bag. But now that you're getting free money and playing 2K, you don't want to do a goddamn thing. Right? Go ahead.
That's right. It says,
Damn.
It says, wherefore shall we die before thine eyes?
Man.
Both we and our land.
Woo! The land is dying. The farmers is being paid to actually not grow any crops. And whatever crops they do have, they have to euthanize the cattle and dump all their stuff, man.
Hey, Salakia, Bill Gates just paid a bunch of them off.
Thank
like,
you.
Here's some,
Thank
money.
you.
You can just get your land. He bought a bunch
I'm
of
glad that you
farmland.
said that. I wrote it down. It says, can a brother look up the word catastrophic? and it says 240,000 acres is owned by Bill Gates. He's buying up the land. 240,000 acres is owned by this demon. He's steadily buying more land up.
Right.
You know? And it says the net zero, he's talking about CO2 emissions and shit is destroying the earth. And it comes from fucking growing and tilling the land and shit. You see how this devil is?
And he really,
how the fuck is that?
Because he really talking about you. You the CO2.
Wrong for growing crops.
Yeah.
But you dummies believe this clown.
Right.
And he's pretty much telling you, die.
Yeah.
And be good about dying.
Yeah.
Like have no food.
Listen to me and
be
die.
cool with it.
Crops go naturally, man. You don't even have to do shit for a crop to grow, and this nigga telling you that it's bad, man. That's the devil, man.
And don't forget the VAT tax that the apostle went into. It says value added tax. So everything that you're buying has been increased, and it's going to increase. Hyperinflation.
Right.
But the reason is, I didn't know this, but the reason is because of the tax levied on the farmers to not grow any crops. They get paid an incentive not to grow anything because that's where they get their money from, selling their crops or livestock or whatever the hell. But since ain't nobody there to buy it, middle class is through. The pop and mom shops, those little businesses that would go to them for everything, they know more. A lot of them ain't even around anymore because the CV-19 has destroyed them. And the companies that are around are the big wigs and shit. And they in the goddamn pocket of the goddamn government.
That's
man.
right.
So they ain't gonna buy shit from the farmers, man.
Nope.
Hey, a brother in Long Beach, brother was showing me, you know, out there in the ports, you can see all those containers. They just sitting out there in the sea. They not even being shipped to stores and nothing like that. They just sitting out there in the water. You know. And who knows how much money that worth of goods that's just sitting out there in that water.
Billions.
You know? And that's just an indication because Long Beach is one of the biggest ports in this country as far as, you know, things coming in. Because a lot of, I worked in those different warehouses. They have, you know, they have shipments coming from all over the world. Norway, Switzerland, you know, Malaysia.
And you know what that's telling you? Why the ships is still in harbor? When they sit out there, they call it well, not contagion. What is that word called?
Congestion.
Now, when they just sit out there for 40 days, it's a word for it. Damn, I forget it. Get the word.
It's like procedure, basically.
Pretty much, they can't bring it into shore because it's a danger. They don't know what's on it. They haven't really checked it. They ain't got enough hands on deck to even check the shit. Cause ain't nobody there working the damn ports. And plus, that's showing you that trade routes is cut off. Like, why ain't there more ships coming in? Because war is on the brink.
Hey, why ain't no ships leaving out?
Why they ain't leaving? Because it's dangerous. Just like the truckers. Remember how they said if they ain't no police in them cities, we ain't going in there. So the ships was like, we can't go back to where we came from. Because they out there sitting, waiting. They got pirates and shit out there. And then they can't bring it inland because it's a famine. Pretty much the big wigs is telling them, leave it out there. Leave it sitting. Don't bring it in. That's a famine. That's a
want to starve you niggas
that's
out.
a siege. That's a siege right there.
Exactly, bro.
You can see the food, but you can't get to it. That's
right.
That's hell. It says because of the tax levy, the farmers can't afford to feed you. Because the money they get is to ship it into the stores, and then they get revenue from the stores back to the farmers, so they can keep bringing in the goods. That's why you got farmers markets. They bring it to the stores, people buy the goods, they take it to the stores. But since the tax is being lifted on them, they don't have enough to give you your food. Then the truckers, they don't even really want to do this no more because the gas is going up.
Hey, America was like designed from family. It makes me think about how the Most High declared the end from the beginning. These Americans, they completely rely on the grocery store, but they proud to go in there and get all their groceries. But in these other countries, the grandma, she may have a whole garden in the backyard where she growing the avocados.
Yes, that's real groceries right
there. But here, you people in these American cities, you don't do that. You go to these grocery stores, and a thought never slips your mind like, damn, one day this shit could be empty and I'm gonna be through. That's the great remedy for pride. Because you can't possibly be proud when your stomach is empty and then you know that it ain't no food to go by.
And if you do try to go get the food, you last gonna be weak.
It's gonna be a catastrophe.
Hey, go ahead.
If I can bring this word out, this is the etymology. It says reversal of what is expected. It says especially a fatal turning point in a drama. And this is the Most High's movie. This is his drama movie. And it's getting ready to be a fatal turning point upon you proud ass people.
That's right.
It
That's
says,
why it's so heavy. It's a lot. You got the famine that the brother's talking about. It's a catastrophe. But then it's going to be a famine of the world, which is going to be even a greater catastrophe. Because like it tells in Ezekiel, they heard the sound of the trumpet and took not warning. Their blood is going to be on their own head. So our people going to know the reason that they're dying, starving, their baby is ugly and is dying. They're going to bake the goddamn baby in the oven, easy bake oven and shit. You going to know that you've been told that the Lord is doing this to you and that you are not you're not pleasing in his sight. So it's going to kill you. It's going to destroy you.
It's going to be a
Hey, an explosive end.
I may destroy you.
Hey, I may destroy your ass, man. That's spiritual, man.
And it's a nigga woman.
That's the majority of the 2/3 is women. And you women gonna die. That's why I said, raise up ye careless women, die at ease. They gonna faint for the teats of the field. All the goodies that you got ain't gonna come anymore.
You gonna wish you had a man.
That's right.
Yeah.
And just like in that day, like you were speaking about, a lot of people don't want to go back to work. But that's gonna cause, like it's saying in Isaiah, there should be no work for Egypt. Because through all this stimulus bill, all these stimulus checks that's going out, a lot of people don't want to go back to work. And a lot of them jobs that these people lost, a lot of them jobs ain't coming back. In the long term, see these jobs that they trying to hire people for. Like what's gonna happen when all that shit eventually they catch up with all the shit that's been backlogged, ain't no shit coming in? That's what's gonna happen. You're gonna get laid off again.
Exactly.
And
Exactly,
it's
bro.
how the Lord has that spirit on the people. Like, man, I don't do nothing, man.
Right.
It's beautiful how that's happening because the main workers is Israel.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's the spirit is spiritual because the Lord is turning back our captivity.
Yeah.
And remember how Moses and Aaron was like, hey man, Lord gonna come get you out of slavery. But then Pharaoh amped up the brutality on Jake. But then remember when Jake left and the Egyptians was like, what do we do, man? We let Israel go. And that's when they pursued after us to the sea. So now they're pursuing after Jake with the jab. Come get a burger and fries with the jab.
I got it.
Where the fuck?
That's
They trying to get Jake to come back
man.
and work.
Jake
fucking.
Hey, this devil, he real disrespectful, man. He real
And
disrespectful,
like
bro.
on Prince of Egypt when we was leaving and shit, it showed the one
God
Jake
damn,
that was like
boy.
standing guard. They took off the goddamn the dress, the headdress hat that the Egyptians had. They threw down the fucking and they just followed the rest of Jake leaving. That's where we at right now. The 1/3 is leaving.
Hey, that's what's gonna happen to the workforce. The people that's working, they're gonna realize like, well, hell, what the hell I'm still working for?
Hey.
They gonna start because it's gonna get too much. It's gonna get overwhelming. A lot of people are working 14, 18-hour shift because a lot of people, a lot of the workforce is not there, so they're picking up the slack.
Yeah.
But eventually they're gonna be like, man, I don't want to do this shit no more. I'm working 14 hours. I'm gonna do like these motherfuckers do.
And by the time they actually do that,
Where my stimulus at?
they ain't gonna be and by the time they do that, it's gonna be too late.
Right.
Because the economy is gonna be
hey, hyperinflation, nobody's gonna want to work when a gallon of milk is $28 and you only getting paid $15 an hour. All right, gas prices is $20 a gallon. It ain't even gonna be worth it.
Shit don't even make sense to.
Hey, that's gonna be the hyperinflation happened before in the Book of Kings, where it said that an ass's head was sold for 4 pieces of silver.
Right.
In today's money, that would be $2,500 or $2,400. Bro, like
Yeah. I was
because
telling,
no,
bro.
go, you got it.
I was telling a brother before I came out here, I was at the store. I was buying some chicken breasts. That shit was like $20-something.
Yeah.
I mean that's ridiculous, man. I threw that shit down. But that's goes to show you that's how it's gonna get worse though. It's gonna get worse. Bread gonna be triple that.
Yeah.
You might go one day, you might go to the store, the bread be $100.
That's it. Yep.
Hey, I got a little bit more on this word catastrophe. it says an event resulting in great loss and misfortune.
Great loss.
And the synonyms are calamity, disaster, tragedy. Yeah, that's it.
And what the Lord say, he said, I'm going to laugh at you in your calamity. When your fear cometh. And can you read that last part again?
An event resulting in great loss or misfortune.
Great loss or misfortune. Now you go into that word of last in Jeremiah 30:7. It means unfortunate. It's unfortunate for you 2/3 what's going to befall you, but then it's not unfortunate because you had time and place, chance, but you did not take it for what it was worth. So the same must know it after death by pain.
And a little bit more, it says a state of extreme, usually irredeemable ruin and misfortune.
Irredeemable
Ruin.
through. Now, and if Babylon gonna be in the same place, because it said we would have healed Babylon, but she is not healed. Not healed at all, man. The only healing for you is a damn sword through you, man.
Right.
You know, like sleep, man.
Hey, that bitch is basically, she a vegetable. You know,
Man.
you know how they had DMX on the life support? That's America.
That's America.
America on the life support. You know, it's just a matter of time before the plug get pulled.
Yep. Which is that Fed reserve note, man. Because the only thing keeping this place up is, you know, the Fed, man. You know, otherwise it would have been hyperinflation, man. Which is really all just the spirit and power of Yahweh Shema Shot. But you know, theoretically, this should have been ended. You know.
And it's going in because they printing all this money. It's already done. It's through. It's destroyed. But it's just like ancient Egypt during the time of Joseph. How Joseph during the time of plenty put to side the grain, so the years of famine came, they had enough. So the same thing with this money, it ain't backed by shit. But Babylon has that power to make it seem like they got enough, enough, but the shit ain't really even.
And America doesn't produce anything. You know, the jobs that that's why in the 50s the economy was great because America was producing things. This country doesn't produce anything anymore. All it does is import. You know, it takes in from these other nations, and you know that's why these other nations got rich off America. You know, that's why it's referred where it says they committed fornication with her. You know, because of her merchandise. You know, they got rich through the merchandise, revelation. So that's the only reason why these other nations really deal with Esau is to make money, to profit. Other than that, they know this man's the devil.
Through the spirit, America basically made the recipe for their own destruction. Because as the elder was saying, man, America is a import country, and all the stuff we import, America is known as consuming it all. So if you're not supplementing what you're consuming, you're eventually gonna bring about your own downfall. And as the brother was saying, you know, you got the ports locked up, San Pedro, Long Beach. You know what I'm saying? That whole thing with the Suez Canal. You know that affected America. We haven't seen the ramifications yet, right? But that's gonna help the downfall of this society. You know, and we're already seeing hyperinflation on a low level with the chicken, which they reported is running out. So you chicks is through all the way around, man.
And then nobody wants to work. That's destroying the economy. Because when you get back to work and people getting paid and they put back into the economy, that keeps it going. But since, you know, the people don't want to work, and there's only so many people working, it's like you said, America's on life support. Like they barely hanging on. They ain't even fucking working for themselves. It's like the damn machine is breathing for your ass. That's these stimulus. It's like the machine breathing for you, but you really ain't alive. Because the people that had this nation running, they don't even want to do it no more.
And that's gonna cause what Esau, because Esau's seeing it. They seeing all these people that don't want to work. So what's that gonna cause Esau to do? Well, Esau, all right, we're gonna bring a new system in. That's why they always been talking about the universal basic income.
Right, and they gonna force people to work like goddamn Soviet Russia and shit, man. Because they had them labor camps. Don't forget they got the concentration camps for a lot of these niggas, man. And they gonna force you to work or you gonna die. It's gonna be like a damn internment camp in World War II.